Today, I want to talk to y'all about the best guitar building templates I have ever used. So what I have in my hands here is one of our Challenger bodies. We've been building this guitar for almost 10 years now, and we've tweaked it and changed it and made some design changes and things like that. And that's natural over the course of a decade. But it has been and shall remain. The standard would be a maple top, mahogany back. It's a 2 humbucker guitar. It is semi-hollow, which is super cool. So they're very lightweight instruments. But we have a bunch of templates that we use to produce this because we use all the old school equipment. So let me show you some of the templates that we've made over the some of the most recent ones. How about that? So every guitar starts out with this template here. This is what we use to build the or to make the semi-hollow portion. Let's see. Here is a humbucking route for the same guitar. Here is a neck route for the guitar, control cavity and control cavity covers, some things like that. We've used MDF templates for a really long time, and what happens over time is, you kind of start to tweak stuff and fiddle with it. This one here is from October 1st, 2020. I try to write notes on these. Tape the pin. That's an old school trick. But recently, my friend Steve at Maximum Guitars started becoming a template guru, and I said, "Gee, Steve, it sure would be cool to get a set of laser cut templates based on our Challenger shape." So Steve is a man of action, and he drew a bunch of stuff up, and he traced our old templates and got a bunch of specs from us. And I want to show you the templates that Steve made, and I want to show you how to use them, and I want to tell you how you can get a set of your own templates from Steve at Maximum Guitars. First, let's have a look at the templates. Okay, so here is a body that we made several months ago, and you can see Steve's templates are acrylic, and they just basically go right on top. So he was able to take one of our existing templates and convert it to a CAD file, which is super cool. If this blank was going to get turned into a Challenger, the first thing that we would do, of course, is to thickness it properly, and then we would index Steve's handy-dandy cut out the part for the semi-hollow. Now remember, on a pin router, everything is upside down, so the template would be on the bottom of the guitar, and the cutter would be from the other side. So the first thing we would do is we would get that done, and then we would glue the top on, and then we could probably jump right in and we could put this template on and just index it on the pins. Now I don't know if you guys can see this here, but everything centers up and everything's perfect. So we could draw out the body and then cut it out on the bandsaw, and then go over to either the shaper or the pin router or your table router and do this, and we could do our pickup routes while this template is on here. The next thing we could do is we could put this neck template on and route for our neck cavity. You will notice too, guys, that Steve has already aligned up or has already put our alignment location points for the bridges that we're going to be using on these guys. The next thing we would do is we could then do control cavity covers and control cavities. So all of these templates work with Steve's off-body alignment pins, and you can see them. And you can see them right here and right here, and everything just sort of plops onto those pins, and it's perfect every time. So these are actually the prototype templates that Steve made for us, because he didn't know if they were going to be good enough. So we actually made this body using Steve's templates, and it turned out so good. I'm like, let's just run with the prototype. So let's take a look at Steve and I using his templates to build this white limba body. So you would double stick tape this guy on?
Just a couple pieces, just to make sure it doesn't shift while I'm drilling the holes.
All right. And it really doesn't matter
which side,
which is the top, or because the holes go all the way through, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay, I think this looks cooler for the top.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, and that's the only thing to identify the top, because obviously the orientation, they're not symmetrical, they're offset so that once the top is identified, it always stays the top.
Okay, cool. Do you use this double stick tape, Steve?
I don't use that kind, no.
This is from Taylor Toolworks, and it's pretty neat. We were spending so much money on that 3M tape, and then Chris found this stuff, and I really like it. It's not as easy to get the back layer off as the 3M stuff. I'm not sure. You're using the 3M or you?
No, I'm using basically carpet tape.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm using. So what I like is it leaves no residue, and I'm not sure what this does, but what I don't like is it does have a sponginess to it. But with
or do not?
It does have a sponginess, and I don't like that. But with the alignment pins, it really doesn't matter because there won't be any sponginess with those.
This is cool. It's pressure sensitive and it comes off easy. So yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Yeah. So we go all the way through.
All the way through.
On both of these holes.
Yeah. You're pretty confident in the squareness of that?
I don't know. Let's see.
And that's where the drilling bushings really help. The top of it has that taper, so it's easy to drill bit to find the center.
Okay, so after you get one, you like to put an actual pin in there so it doesn't wiggle around.
Yeah, I do. Is this yours? Is this?
That could be our pin stock.
Yeah. Either way, you want me to get one?
Yeah, I think that's 1/4 inch. Let's see how that looks.
Okay. Yeah. So now I drill the second one knowing that at least that one side's anchored.
Okay. Just in case something goes horrifically wrong.
Just in case something shifts. Yeah. At least I know that the holes aren't going to be off from each other.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, that is nice and really bendy.
Very flexible. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing now we would trace it out and cut it out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then typically we'll take the template back off to go to the bandsaw, so just in case
I think that makes sense.
you have an issue, you don't ruin the template.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah. And the nice thing is it'll go back on the exact same position, so you don't have to worry about totally lining it up. Depending upon how tight they are, you gotta make sure
You want to press the dowels out first, or?
You can do that if there's room, but those are perfect sized actually.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this tape is I like it.
Yeah, that was more than enough holding power. Yep, no residue. I like that.
And it's fairly affordable too. It's $10 a roll. It's basically masking tape.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool.
Relief cuts become key around the little nubs on the ends, but everything else is pretty simple.
Okay. The 1/4 inch thickness really is
fine.
Is no big deal, yeah.
Yeah, shaper, I guess, activity is the only one you'd want something a little bit more substantial.
Well, I crave a forget. Yeah! Filling the base of heavy trucks and forks.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and just do the pickup cabinets? That makes sense, right?
Sure.
Okay.
You can cut 'em with a fork. Throw an onion to sweeten the pot. Stir all around and see what you got. Gotta give me some of that before I start losing and making angry dance. See my hot green chili. Hot green chili. Hot green chili. Long lasting flavor I soon can't forget. Yeah!
Cool.
I like it.
I'm a believer, man. I'm telling you, I don't even think that, we talked about making them 3/8. I can't see any real advantage to that. Can you?
No, none. Especially since that's on the bottom. There's plenty of stability.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
No, I think that works perfect and allows you to double stack them and still have enough reach of that pin.
Yeah. The ability to raise and lower the pin is pretty neat. So as you guys can see, Steve's templates work like $1,000,000, and I love everything about them. These are my new favorite template. So what will probably have to happen, obviously, is these little off-body locating pins will go away. Someone's going to ask, why didn't you put the off-body, or why didn't you put them in the body? That's a great question. The problem with putting them somewhere where the hole will normally disappear, like in the control cavity here for the sake of argument, is once you get the control cavity and you can't use the pins again if you need to. Now, we used to use like a location right here that would be covered up by the control cavity cover, and in this case we could have done one up here as well. That would work too, but sometimes because we've got a semi-hollow body, the pin kind of has, it can wiggle around a lot. This has 3/4 of it, or 1 3/4 of lumber to kind of be stable with, and it just works out better. Grinding off these off-body alignment pins is not going to be a big shake, so no big deal. But guys, if you are interested in a set of Steve's templates, link in the description below to Maximum Guitar Works. Right now he's got your standard telly and your standard strap with hardtail and trem, but don't be surprised if Steve comes up with a bunch of new stuff too. Now, you can't get a set of my Challenger templates from Steve, but if you have a design that you want to have Steve build you a super awesome set of these templates for, I'm sure that he would work with you on that too. So guys, I can't stress this enough. If you are interested in templates or jigs or tools or anything like that, please check out Steve at Maximum Guitars. He's a good friend of the shop and he's just a good guy. We love every time Steve comes over. You guys have probably seen too some videos where we have Steve on one of the live streams. So if you like this video, give me the thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe now. If you appreciate content like this, you might want to go over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member. Even $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys neat stuff like this. But if you can't do Patreon, just share the video as many places as you can possibly imagine and help us grow the channel that way. So until next time, this is Matt at Texas Toast, reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next.
all your